Thank you for listening to a nighttime adventure bedtime story from nighttimeadventures.com. Visit our website to view hundreds of exciting bedtime stories for children of all ages.
The Nighttime Adventures of Max, the Canoe Race. Max closed his eyes and fell into a deep slumber. As he slept, he found himself in the middle of a beautiful lake, surrounded by lush trees and rugged hills. He soon realized that he was in the midst of a canoe race, with other paddlers racing alongside him towards the finish line. Max had never been in a canoe race before, but he was determined to do his best. He gripped his paddle tightly and dug deep, pushing himself to paddle harder and faster than he ever had before. As he navigated through the twists and turns of the lake, Max encountered all sorts of obstacles. He had to navigate around rocks and fallen branches, and he had to fight against the wind and the waves. But he refused to back down, determined to make it to the finish line no matter what. As he paddled, Max saw the other racers begin to fall behind. He realized that he had a chance to win the race, and he dug in even harder, putting all of his strength and determination into each stroke of his paddle. As Max continued to paddle, he couldn't help but marvel at the beauty of the lake and the surrounding scenery. The sun was beginning to set, casting a warm glow across the water and the trees, and the air was filled with the sounds of birds and crickets. As he raced, Max also encountered all sorts of wildlife. He saw loons diving under the water, fish jumping out of the waves, and even a family of beavers building a dam near the shore. It was a magical place, and Max felt grateful to be able to experience it, but as he neared the finish line, Max knew that he couldn't let his guard down. The other racers were still hot on his heels, and he could hear their paddles splashing in the water behind him. He dug deep, pushing himself even harder than before, determined to come out on top. Finally, after what felt like an eternity of paddling, Max saw the finish line up ahead. He could see the crowd of spectators gathered along the shore, cheering and waving their arms in excitement. He could see the ribbon stretched across the water, waiting for him to cross it. With a final burst of energy, Max paddled with all his might, his heart pounding with excitement. And as he crossed the finish line, he let out a whoop of joy. Thrilled at his victory, Max knew that he had had an incredible adventure. He had pushed himself to new heights and achieved something that he never thought was possible. And he knew that he would always remember the thrill of the race, the beauty of the lake, and the joy of crossing the finish line victorious. But even more than that, Max knew that he had learned an important lesson on his journey. He had learned the value of perseverance and determination, and he knew that he would carry those qualities with him always. And as he closed his eyes and fell asleep, Max knew that he was ready for whatever adventures lay ahead.